Hi, so today is September 3rd, 2017, and I just wanted to share um, some visions, dreams that the Lord gave me. Um, they've kind of bothered me simply because of their accuracy, and they've kind of worried me. So, um, let me begin. Um, oh, just by the way, before God has given me dreams and visions of things that have happened in my life and have occurred and actually taken place. So this is why I feel this way about this one, that it may very well soon happen. Can I get into it? Um, this dream actually, I know I should have noted it down the exact date, but I didn't. It was about January, February 2016, and this time, just a little quick background. I had gotten out of jail recently, and I didn't have a job. I was staying with some family, but I was staying in the Word. I was praying. I was reading my Bible, and one day I just decided to lay down for a nap. It was sometime in the afternoon, um, and I started dreaming. I started dreaming that I saw myself um, holding a baby, and that I was hanging out with two of my nephews in this room. It was a house. It was um, a house that I had never had seen before, and suddenly I told my nephew, "Hey, hold the baby." Like, as I went to for him to hold the baby, I like, because I something had caught my attention from outside. I wanted to see what was going on outside, so he held the baby for a little bit as I was walking out. And I was walking through this house, and I noticed there was two doors. One was like the main door, and one led out to like this balcony looking area. So I walked outside, and um, I looked into the distance, and I saw downtown. Like, I was looking, the focus was like in the downtown LA area. Um, and at this time, I was actually living near downtown LA. The time when I had the dream. So I was trying to figure out where was I watching it from, this whole thing. So as I looked, I noticed that this balcony thing was kind of weird, because it was like, I can tell I was high up, like somewhere, maybe like the house was like high or something. And I noticed that the grass was green and high as well. For some reason, that balcony had like grass on it. I don't know what that is. And I noticed that the house that I was in was like built on bricks, and it was strong. Anyway, I looked into the distance, and as I looked into the distance, I saw smoke billowing up from all over. It came from all over the LA area, just going up, going up, going up uh, to the sky. But then the clouds, they interceded, and they blocked it, like almost like no more, kind of. I don't know the kind of vibe I got from it, and it wasn't allowing any more smoke to go up. This, it was nasty, dark smoke, like really really dark. Um, so after that, I kept focusing down that area. Like, I was looking, I was able to see, like, almost like I was able to zoom in, even though I was at a distance. I was at a pretty far distance, and all of a sudden I see something, like, I don't know, something came down. Exactly what happened, it was like a big explosion, and it went just like, started off, just kind of, that's the best way I can describe it. It just, um, it expanded really big. I saw houses, freeways, cars, and it looked like it was kind of in the daytime, because I did see traffic, and I was able to see everything, and everything was just getting wiped out the way. Like, it was literally, this explosion thing was moving fast, like so fast. Like, people didn't have a chance to react or do anything, and it expanded, and it went. every which way in big circle like motion, and it was knocking everything out the way. And by this time, I was really scared, and I was running back inside, and I was so fearful. I was so fearful, and I said, "Hey, get the baby," and um, put her put her in the other room, and everybody get down. And then I came inside the house again, and we all took cover, and I was there with my two nephews, the baby in my dream. And um, I noticed that my daughter, my other daughter, my oldest daughter, um, was there. My oldest daughter's she's 10 right now. But yes. So in the dream, we were all taking cover, and we were all ducking down, and I just felt like I was going to die. I felt like we were all going to die uh, from the explosion, and we all took cover, kind of like in this fashion. We were ducking down, and yeah. And after that, I just explosion like stopped. The shaking stopped, so I stood up, and I kind of like looked around the like the outside of the window, and I noticed that it was kind of gloomy. It's like we had survived it or something, but um, the dream ended there. The dream ended there. Now, this is the part that um, I was kind of concerned about because, like I stated, I had nothing. I literally had nothing. God has blessed me. Um, I know at times I have not been the servant He wishes me to be, or the servant I could fully be. Um, but nonetheless, I still try. I times where I may stumble, um, I can feel God still encouraging me to read the Word, to keep trying. Um, but yeah. So yeah. So at this time, I didn't have anything. I um, was with some family. You know, I thought, where was I watching the dream from? Many questions came into my mind. This time I was dating my girlfriend, and as things started progressing, me and her, we did become engaged. We did get married, and I did get a job soon after. And yes, later she did become pregnant, and now we do have a daughter. The thing that concerns me though is that, um, like I said, I wasn't. She lived with her parents, and I was living with some family because I had nowhere else to stay due to my situation. So we finally found a place, um, and when we moved in, I didn't think anything of it. I It is upstairs. It's kind of an apartment slash house, but it's upstairs, and it has its garages downstairs. So the house itself, I didn't, like I said, I didn't think about it and realize it until much later. I was like, wait, this is the house from the dream that I had, because the way the two doors match up, the way a lot of details, match up with my dream. Even the way our bedroom is set up resembles the way it was when the explosion happened. Um, when the explosion did happen, I did know that um, the baby in my arms was not that old, because I was carrying the baby when the dream first started, when we were just hanging out in the room talking. And I said, wait, what's that noise? Let me go check outside, hold the baby. Um, so that was one thing right there. I've come to notice that we do have a baby, in the house very much resembles. We do have a balcony, um, just the layout of the house, pretty much. But it was weird because in my dream or vision, it was. Um, the house was empty, like furniture wise. Maybe everything wasn't exactly, um, the way it was in the vision. I don't know what the meaning of the house being kind of empty. Like it had some stuff, but not. It looked pretty empty. Like we had just moved in, and we haven't been living here too long. We've been living here, I'd say, about a year. But yeah, so I'm just a little worried because if I, um, just like how I saw in my dream, I was looking at the downtown LA area, and if um, you step out onto our balcony, we can actually see like downtown. Like, well, we can see pretty much down that way. We can look on a little past that way. So, yeah, and I think this coincides with other dreams and visions that God has given me in the past. Um, I have dreamt of things happening, and they have come to pass. It started when I was about 16, I believe. I would dream things and they would come to pass, and sure enough, um, God was true to His word. Um, but yes, so this concerns me, especially with what's going on with North Korea, Russia, and China, because in the past, like about 2014-ish, God had shown me some visions of explosions of stuff going on, and of pretty much of Chinese Russian soldiers coming to pretty much walking around freely here, and it scared me because I would never want anything like this to happen. So I don't know if it's judgment on America. I do believe that America is Babylon. That's just my personal belief. Um, and I do believe a lot of things that the Bible does say are true. I do believe the Bible is the Word of God. um, so yes, that is my dream vision. I know I should have. I did actually post this, but it was without. It was just like pretty much a voiceover before, but yeah, I deleted it. I don't know. I got shy about it. Um, so yeah, this pretty much wraps it up. I will probably, if this one gets some views, some comments and stuff, I'll probably post my other dreams and visions in more detail. Or for the meantime, this will be it.